Alright, hey guys, Afterburn here. Time for the next installment, part 8 of Eaglemoss and Diecast Club's Build the GT-R. Let's go to the table and we'll start. Okay, now as I said, this is part 8 and we're going to start the front and rear gearbox assembly. This is the list of parts we have. We have the front gearbox section, lower half shaft, lower gearbox section front, lower gear shaft section 2, and type GM screws. Now, here are all of our parts. Comes in a very nice baggie. Holy crap. Those are heavy, heavy, heavy. All made of metal. Now I have a ton of GM screws, and I don't know if I was meant to get this many. Oh, 8 with 4 spares. Okay, looking at the book, they say I get 8 with 4 spares, which would make sense, but I still have a ton of screws, specifically GM sized. Oh, come on. There we go. From a previous section, I still have all those. So we'll put that off to the side for now. And because they're M screws, I'm going to use this 3-in-1 oil just a little bit to lubricate the screws as they go in. Put that off to the side. These, we only need 2 in this section. I'm going to pull those out for now. And get those out of the way. Now, if you remember in the last section, this is what we built. Our gearbox with the pad and these 2 rear shafts. They go just like so. Basically what we're going to be doing is this is going to go on this way. Now, according to the visual, it's going to go in that way. And then we just fit these pipes in afterwards. I may or may not add part 9 to this. See how this one goes. But, you know, if part 9 is added into this video, you'll get 2 sections for 1. Get my thing out of the way. So, I'm going to take my pin vise. A little bit of oil in there. I don't know how well that's going to work, so I may also throw a drop on the end of the screws here. So just get that in. Yeah, they fall out pretty simply. Because at this point, there really isn't anything holding these pipes in. Get that in. Now it's locked in dead solid, and there's it from the top. There's what it is from the front. And that's all the screwing that we're going to be doing in this particular section. Now, as I said, for these shafts, they're two different sizes, and the way I noticed how they go in is the thicker one if I remember correctly. No, I was wrong. The thinner one, the shorter one, goes in on this side, and the longer one goes in on that side. So when it's in the car, it'll hold itself. Then we take the lower half shaft, the longer of the two bits, and as you can see on top, there's a locating tab and two screw holes. Those are actually going to face up, and you want to have the thicker end in that side. So this end will fit in here. Then you take this first rear gearbox shaft. That'll go into the back. Let me slide this down a bit. That will go into this back one here, like so. And then the other half shaft will get slotted in. So gotta move it a little further because this is gonna get big, but we don't do anything with this for quite some time till we get the frame and everything. This bit, let me do it outside of the thing. So this bit has a notch here. This part will just rest in there. They're all going to attach to the frame at some point. They don't sit in, which is kind of a bummer. Nothing really holds together. It's really frustrating. So that will go here. I've got to hold the two pieces together. That will go there. And that goes there. This is going to be how the whole gearbox will hold to the engine compartment area once it's all said and done. Alright? But because these pieces don't hold in, I can take them out and store the gearbox separately with all the pieces just so they don't fly away. Hopefully within the next couple of packs. I think at the end of pack 4, which is on its way, just showing you what we're getting in the next pack. We'll do the other suspension, then we'll have the mount for it. We'll do an upper mount, and that will start holding in some of the pieces for the gearbox. And then we'll do the front diffuser panel. Maybe that starts holding in more stuff. Who knows? But we'll get to it when it gets there. But for now, keep all these shafts and the gearbox safe. And we'll get back to them when we get to the next issue. So as I said, that's a very simple issue. And I don't want to leave it at that because I don't feel like I did much of anything. So, we're going to do part 9. And this will be 8 and 9 together. This will be labeled as video 8, but it will be parts 8 and 9. Because I said so. Anyways, in part 9, we're going to start the radiator and water tank. We have all these pieces here. And we will be bringing over our engine compartment in this issue. The pieces that we build will go into the compartment. We'll make it look bigger. And here we have all of our pieces. We have the radiator, the water tanks, hoses, a couple pieces, and we have more HP screws. We have a ton of those now. Let's see if I can get this open without too much problem. There we go. Those GMs in pack 8 were not being cooperative. It happens though. And as you can tell, if you could read that, we also have BP screws. So everything's going into plastic in pack 9 and section 9, which I won't need any oil for, which is nice. But going on to the pin vise, I bought this because Wayne from the World of Wayne said this was the best thing to put his multi-purpose 3-in-1 oil into screw holes with for metal screws. But then he started doing it by tapping the screw into the oil. And I think that's a lot easier, it's a lot simpler. So I basically have a pin vise for nothing. So, in case I need it in the future. Anyways, leave that off to the side. We'll start by taking the water tank, which looks like this, and this particular hose, which has that extra bit on it. Move that off to the side. And we'll take one of these, which is a water tank cover. Now, which one is which? So they look exactly the same. The problem is I can't read that worth anything. Just warning labels. But they are two different sizes. And it looks like the longer one is the piece we need. So we'll bring the tank in, bring the pipe in. need a VP screw for all that loveliness. Load that up. It looks like, as I'm trying to figure out how this goes, goes like that. Okay, so it goes like this, and it fits like this. That bit fits in. Maybe it is the short one. Yeah, I'll try with the short one. Let's see how... Because that doesn't seem like it wants to stay in properly. So it might be the short one. So, once again, bring that over. Slide that in. So it's going to take a bit to figure out. There are notches. Okay. Ooh, shoot. Okay, there's a notch on these. Okay, that makes a lot more sense. Had to read I should probably get into the habit of reading the instructions properly before starting this. There's a notch on the hose here. You see that in the silver ring there's a notch, and there's a notch on both sides. And there's a extra tab on the piece itself. No, that's definitely the wrong one. Okay, so it is the short one that we're starting with. Yeah, I make these mistakes so that nobody else has to. That's how I figure. Okay. So that fits in like that, and then that goes in there like so, and we secure it from the underneath while holding that cover in place. We secure it right there with a Type BP screw. Perfect. And that's how it looks like from the top. Next thing we do, we take the next couple of pieces, and how does this fit? This fits like this. These two pieces get wedged together like that. Yeah, that makes more sense, that it's the longer one here. That goes down into there. This goes into here. And then we take another BP screw, which I did not pull out. So this whole section will fit together like so. Let me get that in there and I'll show you the finished product. So it fits like this. It's not perfect. They don't seem to want to get super tight, but I don't think they need to be. It is just plastic after all. That is the water tank and radiator hose assembly. Then we take this piece, which is 9F, which is the engine front cover. We will then attach the water tank not like that. I had it upside down. We want it. No, we do want it that way around. What am I doing? What am I doing wrong? Okay. Water tank this way up. Engine cover with the two tabs facing downward. This little peg fits into this hole. And we secure it from this side. We secure the whole assembly from that side with a type HP screw. The HP screws are slightly bigger than the BPs. You're going to want to make sure that this lower pipe here fits into that little notch there, but we're only getting the one screw. This is a little fiddly. So this whole assembly it's not 100% accurate, like stuck there. Let me take a look at this and see what's going wrong here. My guess is the little hole this little hole is not quite wide enough, so I'm just gonna take my needle file sorry for the shake. Then I'm going to just fit the screw in. Okay, I've done the best I can with this. It's not 100%, but it'll hold. That's the fiddliness of models like this. They don't really want to work 100% of the time. I've rounded the head off on this. I'm going to try another HP screw because I have too many. more than I need. Maybe a different screwdriver would work too. Yeah. We'll try it this way. Try the one provided screwdriver that I was given. Okay. And that is that. Held into place, finally. For all that problem. But it's not a big problem, it's just a little hiccup in the design. Next we take the engine cover back. Yep, engine front cover base, and we're going to stick it onto this side. Oop. It's got to go onto the system this way around. Now that's working perfectly. Take 2 HP screws. Yeah. Drat. That gives me some issues. That's on like that. That's that from the front. The last piece that comes in this section is the radiator base with pattern. This big piece. I am told that I don't have to worry about this. This will come in probably pack 5 with the rest of the, this will come in probably pack 5 with more engine pieces. So we're going to keep that in the tray, keep that one safe. And then now we bring over our engine block. And the way this is going to work is these 2 tabs here will slot into these 2 at the front of the engine. The 2 under the water tank will go here, and this knob at the end will go onto the outside piece. So just slot them all into place. It'll fit just like that. And all of those, all 5 parts, will be held in with type HP screws. I don't need that many. I grabbed 8 and I need 5. But I have plenty of spares, so just in case things go sideways. It's the first one I'm going to do. I'm going to do this one on the outside. Get the most fiddly one out of the way first. And the screw doesn't want to participate. Nope, can't use that one. I'm gonna have to use the provided screwdriver because that one just doesn't want to work throw the next one. Oops, sorry. I'll put the next one. Yeah. This is going to get tougher. As the build gets further and further along, this is going to get tougher and tougher to do, but I'll put the next one right here. And on this side to hold that assembly into place. Let's see if I can get that any further in. Okay. So I've come to realize that my heart tools are not the ones to use for this, so those will get put away. The last 2 HP screws, as I said, will hold the water tank into place, so right up in here. The last one right up there, if it would cooperate, that would be awesome. Right. What's going on here? There we go. And that's that. Now, as you can see, we have the water tank and front of the engine block on now, which looks freaking amazing. This thing is going to just get bigger and bigger as time passes. Still don't know what we're doing with these pipes yet. I'm assuming they'll go into front brakes. But yeah, that's packs 8 and 9 completed as of right now. Pack 4, delivery 4 is on its way as far as I am told, which is weird because it's not even July yet. But anyways, in the next video we'll be doing pack number 10, which will be the intercooler, which is really simple, just 3 pieces, more HP screws, lovely, but pretty simple. And like I said earlier, the next pack will have the left rear suspension. We'll mount that and the tire to the lower frame. We'll have an upper frame of that to put together, and then the front diffuser panel. That will come. Those will come within the next couple of weeks. Sorry, let me fix this up. Those will come in the next couple of weeks. I decided to do the 2 today because pack number 8 was going to be very quick. It was almost kind of stupid to do just the 1 and leave it by itself, but this is packs 8 and 9. Pack 10 to be out next week or sometime within the next week or so. Other than that, stay frosty and I'll see you later.